7 years ago, I was lying on a hospital bed, anxiously waiting for my doctor, who was running very late. His assistant kindly offered, "How about we get started first while we wait?" He applied Kojal on my neck, performed the ultrasound, and carefully studied the golf ball-sized lump on his monitor screen. And then, silence. He went so quiet that I could feel my anxiety starting to rise. Finally, he spoke softly. "Look, see the size of it, the shape, its irregular border, and this throbbing vein, there's your carotid artery carrying blood to your brain. And that's your vocal cord right there. And this lump of yours is stuck tightly in between. Now, what we don't want to do is to hit either one of them when taking a biopsy sample out. But it's not looking good. Not good at all." Definitely not what I expected to hear. There and then, I wanted to rip off my surgical bib, run screaming all the way home, hug my kids, call my husband, just in case I didn't make it. The doctor confirmed it. It was cancer. Can you believe it? Over 95% of lumps found are non-malignant. For the first time in my life, I had won the lottery, except it's the kind that nobody wants to win. Fast forward to today. In case you haven't noticed, I survived. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you today is that through this journey, I've discovered something quite remarkable, that adversity can be a transformative gift, a gift that offers us the opportunity to uncover a more resilient, energized, and fulfilled version of ourselves. How, you ask? I'm not going to say it was easy, or that I didn't have private moments where I broke down and felt like giving up. But I've learned from an early age how to find the gifts in adversity and applied them to this life-changing experience. Like it or not, every one of us here has and will face adversity. The real question is, how will you react when the time comes? Let me share with you 3 personal mindset shifts that have helped me tremendously. 1, you have the power to choose how you will react, the power to choose who you want to be. It is this very mindset that will help determine your choices and behavior as you navigate life challenges. You see, my mom married my dad when she was 19 and dropped out of school. Being very old school, my dad didn't think girls needed to study. In fact, he was furious when I wanted to pursue higher education at a university. We weren't exactly well off. In my family, a filial daughter should work, not be a financial burden, and help give back to the family. And make it as soon as possible, please. So when I was accepted to university, Dad decided I needed to be taught a lesson. He wanted to kick me out of the house and declared, "From now on, you should pay me rent." Things were so chaotic at home. I remembered my mom sitting at the edge of my bed, crying, calling me selfish and entitled. It didn't help that my dad was recently retrenched and my mom was a housewife. What kind of daughter will do this to her own family, she asked. So what do you do when the plans that you have for yourself and the hopes that your loved ones have for you collide? Me? I gave in. It was just much easier too. But I didn't want to give up on my university dreams, so I worked and saved for years. I can't tell you how many Indomie instant noodles I had to eat just to make my savings stretch. Proudly, I can share that I eventually graduated with honors on a scholarship, taking on twice the course load so I could graduate in half the time. Now, every time I face an obstacle, I wish I could tell you how brave I truly was, how I bulldozed with confidence, that I always knew what to do. Truth is, every obstacle along the way made me question myself. I often felt scared, uncertain, or even angry at times. Like a petulant child, I would go, "Why? Why me? That's not fair." On worse days, I would even compare what I don't have, what I think I'm not, with those who seem to have it all. But what I came to realize much later was that I had a choice to let the setbacks define me or see them as opportunities for growth. We all have that choice. So when adversity strikes, ask yourself, are you a survivor, a victim, or better yet, someone who has triumphed over adversity? 2, embrace and own your story. Every adversity brings a story. When I chose to pursue higher education against the wishes of my family, it marked the beginning of my story. For the longest time, it felt like a shameful burden. But as I stand here today, I see how this story has shaped me in profound ways. It has molded my resilience, strengthened my resolve, and defined my journey. Without this chapter of defiance, I would not be the person I am today. Likewise, your stories of heartbreak, disappointment, and survival are building blocks for who you are today. Every adversity you face gives you the chance to find out more about who you are, what you stand for, and what you truly desire. Just like my story, these stories of yours have immense power. They will help you find your identity, purpose, and strength. It is this potent mix that will help carry you through everything, not the expectations of others, but the standards that you have defined for yourself. In fact, the more challenging those moments are, the stronger your unique being and abilities get to be. Let's take a moment to reflect. Think about every success, failure, embarrassment, and risk you took, and embrace them all. These are your catalysts for personal transformation and positive change. Dare ask yourself if there might be lessons tucked beneath these challenges. As much as we didn't ask for any of these difficult experiences, have they also made you more resilient, determined, or even empathetic? Sometimes adversity brings us the biggest gift without us realizing it. 3, be your own best friend. Now I know when standing face to face with adversity, the last thing you want to do is to befriend yourself. Trust me, as an entrepreneur who has built and sold my startup, I know adversity. Maybe a little too many too well. There was a time in my startup life when it felt like a never-ending stream of fight or flight mode. More fights than flights, because as a founder, you charge into every fire, some real, some imaginary, truly believing you can win them all and come out unscathed. Call it the blessing or curse of an over-optimistic, naive founder. Yet, somewhere, somehow, along the way, I started to lose sight of the person I was at the beginning of the journey. Self-doubt crept in. And I started to let these curveballs, criticisms, challenges weigh me down. Unfortunately, negative self-talk has a sneaky way of seeping in right when you don't need them most. Beyond the workplace, adversity can pop up at home too. In your relationships, as a mother or father, husband or wife, daughter or son. In all the different roles we play, whether at home or at work, have you asked yourself, Am I good enough for this, for him, for her? Am I doing this right? Do I truly deserve this? Or on a really, really bad day, you might be looking around and thinking, how on earth did I get here? That's why, if you haven't already, I strongly recommend you to be your own BFF. Isn't it ironic how ready we are to comfort, assure, and lift our friends up, yet so quick to shame, criticize, and bring ourselves down? It's not that we don't know how to be a supportive friend, but we just don't do it to and for ourselves enough. Try. Say to yourself, I believe in you. You have overcome challenges before. You can do it again. You've got this. Just like best friends would in real life. You show up, you listen, you care, comfort, and cry, and above all, you accept yourself, flaws and all. Because true best friends never let you down. And if it all fails, they will not hesitate to give you that much-needed kick in the butt. I know what you're thinking at this point. Easy to say, hard to do. I mean, where do I even start? Let me share with you one quick and easy exercise that always works for me. And under 2 minutes, I promise you will feel much better, lighter, and happier. Best of all, you can do this anywhere, it's free, and no gym required. It's called a smiling meditation. Let me explain a little more. You would think that you know the difference between a real and fake smile. Guess what? Our body doesn't. So each time when you fake smile, your brain still releases all these neuropeptides and neurotransmitter called the happy hormones just to put you in a good mood. How amazing is that? Studies show that smiling helps reduces anxiety, stress, and blood pressure, and increases your energy, endurance, and your mental health. In fact, there's a study from University of Cardiff that suggests people who had Botox done on their frown lines are actually much happier than the average person. Now, I'm not saying that we should all rush and go get Botox right after this. But what I'm saying is that no matter how tired, how upset, how angry you are, you can always reset yourself and adopt a more positive outlook. All you need is 2 minutes to hijack your mood. How about we give this a try right now? Everyone, please, let's close our eyes. Let's give this a try, and we'll start with a breathing exercise. With your eyes closed, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, hold it, and out, and one long breath. And continuing with your eyes closed, think about someone you love very, very much. See them in your mind's eye at their happiest. See the look of pure joy on their face. See how their eyes sparkle and hear their laughter. Now feel this tingling at the sides of your lips. Let it take over into a full smile. Feel and hold this sensation and let it spread all over your body, from your head to your heart, to your palms, to your knees, and your feet. And deep breath in, and when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? Do you feel calmer, lighter? This little exercise always works for me. Although sometimes I will need more than 2 minutes if I have an argument with the husband. So, as we walk through life, adversity is bound to find us. But here's the real gift. Every adversity you face holds the potential to shape us, strengthen us, and reveal parts of ourselves we might never have known. It becomes our doorway to growth, a mirror reflecting our resilience, and a compass guiding us to a more fulfilled self. With the right choice and mindset, you can surely power through any adversity with grace, resilience, and unwavering self-compassion. Empower yourself, embrace your story, and dare to be kind to yourself along the way. There are often much more courage and strength within you than you realize. And if it all gets too much, reset with a little smiling meditation. Remember, there is always a gift in adversity. You just need to find it. Thank you.